When I finally say it, I have imagined this 1,000 different ways. In a garden, on a rooftop, in the rain, standing in the doorway of your kitchen in the evening, saying something simple but completely plain. And in every single version of the telling, in every scene I've built inside my head, something lifts like a light being turned on slowly, and something finally says what must be said. Because love is not a feeling meant for hiding. It is not a thing that flourishes in dark. It needs the open air and the acknowledging. It needs to be released to do its work. When I finally say it, when the words come out at last, when I finally say it, all the quiet of the past will break apart like winter into spring. Will open like a hand releasing everything. When I finally say I love you, when I finally let you in, that's when all of this begins. You have a way of making every day feel purposeful, of giving way to all the little things. The way you notice beauty in the unremarkable, the way you treat the world like it means something. And I have grown around you like a garden, bending slowly toward where you bring the light. And I know now with a certainty I trust completely that what I feel for you is right. So I'm stepping into all of this without a safety net. I'm stepping in because it's true and it is good. I'm stepping in because the only other option is a life that had the chance and never understood. When I finally say it, when the words come out at last, when I finally say it, all the quiet of the past will break apart like winter into spring. Will open like a hand releasing everything. When I finally say I love you, when I finally let you in, that's when all of this begins. There's a kind of joy that lives just past the fear that you can only reach by going through. There's a version of my life I've been too careful to allow, and it is full of light and it is full of you. So this is me allowing it completely. This is me deciding to be brave. This is me saying clearly and with everything I have that you are the best thing, and I will not be afraid. I love you in the way the ocean loves the shore, constantly returning, asking nothing more. I love you in the way the seasons know to change naturally, inevitably, beautifully the same. When I say this, it won't need to be repeated. When I say this, there will be no taking back. And I want you to know that is exactly what I'm counting on, exactly what I lack. The ability to stop this from being true, the ability to make myself forget. So I'm saying it because the only bigger risk is the one where I stay silent with regret. When I finally say it, when the words come out at last, when I finally say it, all the quiet of the past will break apart like winter into spring. Will open like a hand releasing everything. When I finally say I love you, when I finally let you in, that's when all of this begins. This is when it begins. This is where fear ends. This is the word I've carried through every night and bend. I love you, finally, fully, freely. I love you out loud. I love you for real. I love you when I finally say it. I love you when I finally say it. It's you. It's always been you. I've been thinking about direction, about the roads that led me somewhere I didn't plan. Every wrong turn and every hesitation, every moment I reached out or pulled back my hand. And when I trace the thread of all my wandering, when I follow every road to where it ends, each one curls back to the same quiet center. Each one finds its way to you again. And maybe that's what they mean by meant to be, not magic or inevitability or fate. It's the way my heart keeps finding you, no matter where I am or how late. I wanna be where you are, in the ordinary and the strange. I wanna be where you are, through every season and each change. I have loved you through the not yet. I have loved you through the not sure. And I just wanna be where you are. I just wanna be yours. There's a photograph I took of you in autumn. You were looking somewhere past the frame. You had no idea the world had stopped completely. You had no idea I'd never be the same. I have kept it close through every move and season. I have looked at it on difficult long days, and it reminds me what I'm working toward and hoping. It reminds me love is worth the wait. So I'm done with being vague and non-committal, done with almost and with close enough and near. I wanna say the words in their entirety. I wanna say them so they're all you hear. I wanna be where you are, in the ordinary and the strange. I wanna be where you are, through every season and each change. I have loved you through the not yet. I have loved you through the not sure. And I just wanna be where you are. I just wanna be yours. Let me be the one who sees you in the morning, when the night has left its mark upon your face. Let me be the one who sits beside the silence. Let me be the one who holds you in that space. Because love isn't just the grand confession, it's the thousand quiet ways you show you care. It's the presence on the unremarkable Tuesday. It's the staying, it's the choosing to be there. And I choose you in every version, in every light, in every room. I choose you in the laughter and the longing. I choose you like the flower chooses bloom. I have seen you at your most uncertain. I have seen you when the world felt like too much. And every time I wanted nothing more than to reach across the distance with a touch. Because you deserve someone who fully sees you, not just the parts that shine and stand out clear, but the whole of you, the heart and the magnificence. The whole of you I wanted. I am here. I wanna be where you are, in the ordinary and the strange. I wanna be where you are, through every season and each change. I have loved you through the not yet. I have loved you through the not sure. And I just wanna be where you are. I just wanna be yours. Where you are is where I wanna be. Where you are is where I finally see all the roads I wandered led to this. All the searching led to your quiet. I love you in the loudest whisper I have. I love you where you are. I love you where you are. There are words I've carried quietly since winter, since the first night that you stayed a little late. We were talking about the world and all its complexity, and I was trying hard to concentrate. But something in the way you spoke so softly, something in the pause before you said my name, made me feel like everything I'd known before would never feel entirely the same. And I have written you into my private poetry, into the margins and the spaces between sleep. Every dream I've had has had your light inside it, and you are not a thing I want to keep. So here's what I never said, what I kept inside my chest. Here is what the silence fed when I was giving you my best. I love you past the point of understanding. I love you past the place that makes sense. Here is what I never said, and I'm saying it tonight. I have watched you love the people in your circle with a generosity that makes me catch my breath. You give your time like it's the one thing you have plenty of. You speak with warmth and kindness with each breath. And I have wondered if you ever turned that light inward, if you ever saw yourself the way I do. Because the person you are when no one's asking anything of you is the most quietly remarkable thing I've ever moved toward anew. And I keep thinking that if I were braver, I'd have said this on 100 ordinary days. But today I choose to stop waiting for the right time. Today I let the love be louder than the fear. So here is what I never said, what I kept inside my chest. Here is what the silence fed when I was giving you my best. I love you past the point of understanding. I love you past the place that makes sense. Here is what I never said, and I'm saying it tonight. I don't need you to say anything right now. I don't need the story to resolve. I just need you to know that you are loved by someone who has watched you and has marveled at every version of you, light and dark. Because love isn't just for the easy parts of people. It isn't just for when they're doing well. I love you in the complicated middle. I love you in the stories you don't tell. I love you in the doubt. I love you in the wonder. I love you in the spaces no one sees. Here is what I never said until this moment. Here is every part of you that's precious to me. Maybe this will change the shape of what we have. Maybe something new and tender can begin. Maybe you'll need time to sit with this a while, and maybe I can wait for you to let me in. I'm not afraid of what comes after saying it. I'm only afraid of never having tried. Because love deserves to be spoken out and given, not kept folded up and tucked away inside. So here's what I never said, what I kept inside my chest. Here is what the silence fed when I was giving you my best. I love you past the point of understanding. I love you past the place that makes sense. Here is what I never said, and I'm saying it tonight. Here it is, as honest as a hand held out. Here it is, replacing every single doubt. I love you, every complicated, beautiful part. I love you from the deepest of my heart. What I never said, I'm saying now. What I never said, I'm saying now. I love you, I love you. I always have. I used to watch you from across the room, pretending I was fine, pretending I was whole. I'd hold my breath whenever you came near and tell myself it wasn't love, just something I couldn't control. But every time you laughed, the whole world slowed, and every quiet word you spoke felt like a song. I kept it locked inside for far too long, afraid that if I said it, I'd be wrong. But love doesn't wait for the perfect moment, and I've run out of reasons not to try. So tonight I'm letting go of all my silence, and I'm learning how to say what's in my eyes. I love you I've been holding every word, every feeling, every fear, but I love you, and I need you to know it. I love you more than I've let you see. Every part of me loves you. I memorize the way you take your tea, the way you pause before you say the hardest things. I noticed every kindness, every glance, the way you give without expecting anything. And I was there for every quiet storm you walked through, standing close enough to reach but never quite. And all those almost moments built a world inside me, a world I've been too scared to bring to light. But I'm tired of watching from the doorway, tired of turning every feeling into art. So tonight I'll say the truest thing I carry. Tonight I finally opened up my heart. I love you in the way the morning loves the light. I love you like the stars that can't give up the night. I've been holding every word, every feeling, every fear, but I love you, and I need you to know it. I love you more than I've let you see. Every part of me loves you. Maybe you'll take my hand, maybe you'll look at me different now. Maybe this changes everything, but I think I'd rather know than wonder how. Because I've been living half a life behind the walls I built to keep from breaking. And loving you in secret is a beautiful kind of pain, but it's not the life I wanna keep on making. So here I am, with nothing but the truth in open hands. Here I am, learning what it means to finally stand. And all the light and all the fear and all the hope that brought me here. Here I am, saying every word I was afraid to say. Here I am, loving you in every possible way. I think of all the evenings we sat side by side, talking till the candles burned down low. I wondered if you felt the same electricity, or if this feeling only lived in me, I didn't know. But there were moments in the way you'd look at me, a half a second longer than you had to. And I tell myself it meant nothing, walk away. But my heart never quite believed that to be true. And now I choose to trust what I've been feeling. I choose to let this moment be enough. Because the greatest risk isn't in the saying, the greatest risk is never daring to love. I love you in the way the morning loves the light. I love you like the stars that can't give up the night. I've been holding every word, every feeling, every fear, but I love you, and I need you to know it. I love you more than I've let you see. Every part of me loves you. So stay a little longer in this moment, let the softness of it settle on your skin. I'm not asking you for anything, but listen to the truest thing I've ever felt within. I love you like the tide that keeps returning to the shore. I love you like I've never needed anything before. And if you let me, I will spend my whole life showing you every quiet, every bright, every tender part of me loves you, loves you, always has. Here's a letter I've written 100 times and folded up and hidden from the light. It starts with your name and it ends with the truth that I've been carrying quietly through every night. I watch the seasons change outside my window and wonder if you feel this pull between us two. Every autumn sunset looks a little like you. Every winter silence fills up with your name anew. And I keep asking myself what I'm waiting for. What perfect circumstance will make it safe to feel? Maybe love was never meant to be convenient. Maybe love was only ever meant to be real. So I'm brave enough to say what I've hidden in the deep, brave enough to lay every secret that I keep. I have loved you through the quiet, through the distance and the dark, and I'm brave enough to say it now. You live inside my heart. I remember every conversation, every ordinary Tuesday we turned gold. The way you made the world feel softer, warmer, like a story I had always hoped was told. I've stood beside you in your uncertainty and found my own reflection in your eyes. And everything I thought I knew about myself changed color in the light of your sunrise. So I'm done with being careful and collected, done pretending this is anything but love. I have carried this too long in careful silence, and silence was never gonna be enough. So I'm brave enough to say what I've hidden in the deep, brave enough to lay every secret that I keep. I have loved you through the quiet, through the distance and the dark, and I'm brave enough to say it now. You live inside my heart. What if I had never said a word and watched you walk into someone else's story? What if I had let the moment pass and traded truth for borrowed ordinary? I don't wanna live inside that what if. I don't wanna wander for the rest of time. So I'm standing in the fullness of this feeling, and I'm making every single word of it mine. You are the reason mornings feel like mercy. You are the reason I believe in more. You are the warmth I didn't know I needed. You are the one my whole heart's been waiting for. The world keeps moving fast and unpredictable, but you have always felt like standing still, like a place I come back to without thinking, like water finding every valley it can fill. And I have loved you quietly and carefully, the way you love a thing you're scared to lose. But fear was never gonna be my answer, and silence was never gonna be my truth. So I'm brave enough to say what I've hidden in the deep, brave enough to lay every secret that I keep. I have loved you through the quiet, through the distance and the dark, and I'm brave enough to say it now. You live inside my heart. Just you and me and all this open sky, just the truth between us, you and I. Love you more than words have ever been. I now. You came into my life so quietly, like morning comes before you realize it's there. No grand announcement, no dramatic entrance, just a warmth I found one day inside the air. I didn't know what to call it at the beginning, just a pull I couldn't argue with or name. But every room felt different when you entered, and nothing after you was quite the same. And I've been walking around this feeling for so long, mapping every edge and never stepping in. But I think I finally found the words to say it. I think love is where I have to begin. You are the light you left in me on the mornings I forgot to shine. You are the hope I couldn't see till you made it yours and mine. I've been searching for the language for this ache inside my chest, and the only word that fits it is the one I love you best. I've been careful with my feelings all my life, kept them folded neatly, placed where they belong. But you have this way of asking without asking, of making safe the things I thought were wrong. I've told you almost everything about me, all the ragged edges and the roads I've walked. But the one thing that I haven't found the courage is the one thing that we've never really talked. So tonight I let the walls come down completely. Tonight I let the truth become the air. 'Cause every day I don't say this feels wasted, and love was never meant to be stored somewhere. You are the light you left in me on the mornings I forgot to shine. You are the hope I couldn't see till you made it yours and mine. I've been searching for the language for this ache inside my chest, and the only word that fits it is the one I love you best. How do you tell someone they're your favorite chapter? How do you say that everything changed? How do you put into ordinary language something that makes ordinary feel small and strange? You are the reason I believe in gentleness. You are the reason I stopped being afraid. You are the version of the world I want to live in. You are every single choice I would have made. And if this is more than you were looking for, I'll carry it lightly, I won't fall apart. But I had to give these words somewhere to live, and they've been living quietly inside my heart. I imagine what it would feel like to tell you, standing in the kitchen on an ordinary day. No rehearsed lines, no perfect presentation, simple, complicated truth I'd finally say. I imagine you'd go quiet for a moment. I imagine you might smile without a sound, and maybe that would be enough for both of us to let this beautiful thing finally be found. You are the light you left in me on the mornings I forgot to shine. You are the hope I couldn't see till you made it yours and mine. I've been searching for the language for this ache inside my chest, and the only word that fits it is the one I love you best. So here it is, as simple as a breath. I love you, and I mean it to my death. I love you in the evening, in the early light. I love you in the in-between. I love you in the night. You are the light you left in me. You are the light you left in me. And I am so glad you stayed. So glad you stayed. So glad you stayed. I used to think that love arrived like thunder, loud and unavoidable and clear. But you were nothing like a storm. You were more like the moment the fog lifts, and suddenly the world feels soft and near. You didn't rush in, you just stayed. You didn't ask for more than I could give, and slowly, without knowing it was happening, you became the reason I could breathe. You became the reason I could live. And all the things I thought I understood about love and what it means to need someone, I've had to lay them down and start again, because you are everything I hadn't counted on. I didn't know love could be this soft, this patient, this unhurried, this kind. I didn't know it could feel like coming home in someone else's quiet state of mind. But here I am, with every wall undone, with every careful pretense finally through. I didn't know love could feel this soft until I started falling into you. There are small things that I notice every day. The way your voice drops low when you're unsure, the way you hold your coffee with both hands, the way you always leave the window open just a little more. I've cataloged these tender little details like they were evidence of something true. And I think what they've been telling me for months now is that I have been quietly in love with you. And I don't want to keep this at a distance. I don't want to dress it up in metaphor. I just want to stand here in the plainness of it and say what I've been circling around before. I didn't know love could be this soft, this patient, this unhurried, this kind. I didn't know love is not the lightning strike I'd read about. Maybe it's the candle that burns low and long. Maybe it's the silence after the last note fades. Maybe it's the place where two hearts both belong. I have found the place in you, in the way you listen like I matter, in the way you stay when things get hard, in the way you catch me when I scatter. So let me be the one who tells you clearly, you are the softest truth I've ever known. Let me be the one who stays beside you. Let me be the one you call your home. I've been writing this confession in the margins of every book I've read this past whole year. Every lyric that I've played has had your name in it. Every quiet moment held you near. And I am tired of the beautiful indirectness of hiding real love inside a pretty lie. So let me say it plainly and completely, the only heart I wanna reach is mine, is yours, is mine. I didn't know love could be this soft, this patient, this unhurried, this kind. I didn't know it could feel like coming home in someone else's quiet state of mind. But here I am, with every wall undone, with every careful pretense finally through. I didn't know love could feel this soft until I started falling into you. Softer than I knew, truer than I planned, softer than I knew when I first took your hand. I love you more than I can hold. I love you in every story that I've told. Softer than I knew you are, softer than I knew you are mine. This is the moment. I have rehearsed this in 100 different places, in the car, in the shower, walking in the park. I've said your name into the quiet of my bedroom. I've said I love you to the ceiling in the dark. And every time I thought I'd finally found the courage, something pulled me gently back to safe. But safe has been a stranger to my heartbeat, and I think it's time to let the fear be faced. Because there is a version of my life without this moment, and it stretches out in gray and muted things. I don't want to live inside that version. I want the life that only saying this brings. This is the moment I've been building through every almost and every almost night. This is the moment love stopped being quiet. This is everything I've wanted, everything I've got. I love you, and the world can hear it. I love you, past the doubt and past the fear. This is the moment I've been waiting for, and you are here, and I am here. I think about the night you told me you were struggling, and how I wanted so much more than words to give. I wanted to be the place you came to rest in. I wanted to be part of how you live. And I know that's a large thing to be offering. I know it's a lot to lay here at your door. But love doesn't come in careful, careful portions. Love is more and more and more and more. So I'm giving you the whole of it completely. Every tender, complicated truth I hold. Because you have always given me the kind of space, and you deserve to have the same in return. You deserve to be told. This is the moment I've been building through every almost and every almost night. This is the moment love stopped being quiet. This is everything I've wanted, everything I've got. I love you, and the world can hear it. I love you, past the doubt and past the fear. This is the moment I've been waiting for, and you are here, and I am here. I don't need a sunset or a perfect evening. I don't need the universe to give a sign. I just need this breath, this truth, this moment. I just need to say that you are mine, to love in kind. Not possession but a choosing, not certainty but faith, not knowing how it ends, but loving every step along the way. You have made me more myself than I was before you. You have made the world more generous and wide, and I want to spend the rest of my time knowing you are standing right here by my side. Maybe love is just this simple at the center. Maybe it was never as complex as I made it seem. Two people, one truth spoken into daylight. Two people building something out of one quiet dream. And I have been the keeper of this feeling for so long I almost thought it wasn't real. But here you are, as true as anything I've known. And here I am with everything to feel. This is the moment I've been building through every almost and every almost night. This is the moment love stopped being quiet. This is everything I've wanted, everything I've got. I love you, and the world can hear it. I love you, past the doubt and past the fear. This is the moment I've been waiting for, and you are here, and I am here. This is the moment, this is the love. This is everything I've carried, now set free and spoken of. I love you, I love you, I love you. This is the moment and it's real. This is exactly how love feels. You are here, and I am here, and I love you. life before you had a certain quiet urgency. Always moving, always reaching for the next. Always building towards some vague horizon. Always tired, always stretched and overstressed. And then you arrived the way that rivers find the valley. Not with drama, but with absolute sure grace. And something in me that had always been resistant found its stillness, found its rest, found its place. And I didn't understand it right away. I thought maybe it was just proximity in time. But the longer that you stayed, the more I knew it. What I'm feeling is not ordinary. It's a sign you are still water after all the noise. You are the calm inside the storm. You are the sound of my own voice when I've forgotten what I'm for. I have loved you like a secret. I have loved you like a prayer. But I wanna love you openly. I wanna love you everywhere. I notice how you handle disappointment with the grace that I have always wished I had. You don't collapse and you don't rage against it. You sit inside it and you wait for it to pass. And I have learned so much just from your presence, from the quiet way you navigate the heart. You have made me someone I am prouder of. You have helped me love my most unfinished parts. And I want you to know that you are the reason for so many of the things I've grown into. So many of my better days that you inside them. So much of who I'm becoming carries you. You are still water after all the noise. You are the calm inside the storm. You are the sound of my own voice when I've forgotten what I'm for. I have loved you like a secret. I have loved you like a prayer. But I wanna love you openly. I wanna love you everywhere. Still water doesn't mean that nothing moves beneath it. It means the movement comes from somewhere deep and true. And everything I feel for you is moving in the deepest, quietest part of me. For you, I love you in the stillness and the motion. I love you in the current and the calm. I love you when the water rises higher. I love you when the waves have all gone on. This is not a passing feeling or a season. This is not the kind that comes and then recedes. This is still water, this is constant, this is chosen. This is the love that loves you as you breathe. I wanna make a life that has your laughter in it. I wanna know your moods the way you know your own. I wanna be the person you don't have to explain yourself to. I wanna be the place where you are fully known. And I know that this is asking something large of you. I know it carries weight and it carries a risk, but some things are worth every bit of vulnerability. And loving you completely is one of those things. It is, you are still water After all the noise, you are the calm inside the storm. You are the sound of my own voice when I've forgotten what I'm for. I have loved you like a secret, I have loved you like a prayer, but I wanna love you openly. I wanna love you everywhere. Still water, deep and true. Still water, all of it for you. I love you like nothing I have named before. I love you, and I love you more. Still water, still choosing you. Still water, every day new. Still here, still yours. Still loving you. Say my name like that. There is something in the way you say my name that nobody else has ever quite got right. Something in the syllables you give it that makes it sound like morning and not night. I have heard my name 1,000 times from voices that I've known for all my years, but when it comes from you, it sounds like something sacred, like something only meant for certain years. And I have been too careful and too measured, too practiced at the art of keeping still. But something breaks inside me when I hear it, and something wakes inside me that I will say my name like that again, like it's a thing worth saying. Say my name like that again, like love is worth the weighing. I have kept myself at distance, I have kept myself in line, but I love you, and I need you to know it. Say my name like you mean it, and I'll tell you that you're mine. You never try to make me into something easier. You never ask me to be less of anything I am. You meet me in the complicated places, and you hold your ground and hold my hand. I have not always known what I deserve, I have not always known what love should feel, but standing in the light of how you see me, I am learning that this goodness that you give is real. So let me say the thing I've held so carefully, let me say it plainly and be done, because I am more than tired of the silence, and I wanna be your one, your one, your one. Say my name like that again, like it's a thing worth saying. Say my name like that again, like love is worth the weighing. I have kept myself at distance, I have kept myself in line, but I love you, and I need you to know it. Say my name like you mean it, and I'll tell you that you're mine. I wanna wake beside you in the early gray, I wanna be the voice you hear before the world begins. wanna be the warmth you reach for half asleep. I wanna love you from the outside and within. 'Cause love is not a feeling you can quarantine. You can't decide to keep it small and neat. It spills into the corners of your ordinary. It moves beneath your feet and in your heartbeat. So I'm giving you all of it completely. Every wish, every worry, every dream. I'm saying every word I have been saving. I'm loving you exactly as I mean. Maybe you have known this for a while now. Maybe you have felt it in the air between. Maybe you've been waiting for me to be ready. Maybe love has been here longer than I've seen. And if that's true, then I'm sorry for the waiting. Sorry for the careful and the slow. But I promise that the feeling is not smaller for the time it took. If anything, it's everything I know. Say my name like that again, like it's a thing worth saying. Say my name like that again, like love is worth the waiting. I have kept myself at distance, I have kept myself in line, but I love you and I need you to know it. Say my name like you mean it, and I'll tell you that you're mine. Say it soft, say it slow, say my name and let me know that you feel it too, that you feel it too. I love you, I love you, the way you say my name. I love you. Nothing's ever been the same. Say my name like that, like only you can. I'm yours, I'm yours, I'm yours. We built this thing on ordinary mornings, on coffee and on conversations long, on all the little nothing much to mention, on knowing when the other one was wrong. And I told myself for such a long, long time that what we had was friendship and no more. But friendship doesn't do the thing you do to me. Friendship doesn't shake me to the core. And I have been dishonest with myself for comfort. I have filed this under safe and let it be. But the truth has been so patient at the doorstep, and I think it's finally time to let it free. You were never just a friend to me. You were always something more. You were never just the shoulder or the certainty. You were always what I was looking for. I have dressed this up in friendship, I have called it by a softer name, but you were never just a friend to me, and I will never be the same. I remember when you held me through that hard year, when the world reduced itself to small and gray. You stayed without my asking, you stayed without explaining. You just showed up and you stayed. And I thought that's what a good friend does for someone. That's just kindness working in its way. But kindness doesn't feel the way this feels, and friends don't take my breath away. So I'm done pretending this is uncomplicated, done with telling myself lies to sleep. This is the most honest thing I've ever said to you, and it is mine to say and yours to keep. You were never just a friend to me. You were always something more. You were never just the shoulder or the certainty. You were always what I was looking for. I have dressed this up in friendship. I have called it by a softer name. But you were never just a friend to me, and I will never be the same. Maybe you're surprised, maybe you already knew. Maybe this has lived between us for a while. Maybe I have been the last one to say it clearly. Maybe you've been waiting behind that quiet smile. I'm not afraid of this becoming something different. I'm not afraid of losing what we built, because what we built was always this at the foundation. And love is not a thing to carry wrapped in guilt. You were never just a friend to me. You were always more than safe. You were the one I wanted in the silence. You were the one I wanted in the space. So let me say it without hedging a qualification. Let me say it in the plainest possible way. I love you more than friendship ever taught me. I love you more than I know how to say. And if this changes what we are together, I hope it changes it towards something true. Because I would rather have the real thing fully than a version that was never really you. You were never just a friend to me. You were always more than safe. You were the one I wanted in the silence. You were the one I wanted in the space. So let me say it without hedging or qualification. Let me say it in the plainest possible way. I love you more than friendship ever taught me. I love you more than I know how to say. And if this changes what we are together, I hope it changes it towards something true. Because I would rather have the real thing fully than a version that was never really you. You were never just a friend to me. You were always something more. You were never just the shoulder or the certainty. You were always what I was looking for. I have dressed this up in friendship. I have called it by a softer name. But you were never just a friend to me, and I will never be